But the White House won't comment on reports of American incentives to advance talks between Israel and the Palestinians. So in an attempt to get more information on the matter, I asked State Department spokesperson Eddie Vasquez.
I can't get into the substance of what we've been discussing, but it is fair to say that all these issues have been among the issues discussed in these discussions with the parties. So I'll just leave it at that.
So you confirm, though, that Israel has been offered a package of incentives? Because
no, what I'm confirming is that we have remained engaged with all the parties during these last couple of weeks.
Right, but Israel's been offered guarantees of a veto at the UN Security Council, no further calls for an extension of the freeze, an Israeli military presence in the Jordan Valley should a deal be reached, firmer inducements for weapons and so forth. That's all been on the table, has it?
Well, again, I can't get into the substance of what has been discussed, and I would just caution that throughout the peace process, even going back to before direct talks, when we were still in proximity talks, that there were various inaccurate media reports about what was being discussed or what was being offered. So I would just caution to keep that in mind as we proceed, and various rumors and media reports are forthcoming.
Fair enough, but just simply, though, you can now categorically say that incentives have been offered, whatever they may be.
I cannot get into the substance of what has been discussed.
I don't want the substance. I just want to know whether incentives have been offered.
Well, that would lead into substance.
No, just the principle of whether incentives have been offered.
We have been engaged with both parties, looking at ways we can keep the talks going.
Through incentives?
I'll just leave it at that. Yeah,
but on the issue of settlements, it's not really an issue of an issue that they both have to come to some sort of accommodation. That's just an issue of international law, as the President and the Secretary of State and others have said in the past. This isn't really about incentivization. This is about international law and following it, isn't it?
Well, on settlements, our position has been clear. We do not believe in the legitimacy of continued settlement activity, and we believe our position remains.
So there's no need to offer incentives for Israel to do what it's supposed to be doing anyway under international law.
Well, again, you're assuming, certain things based on media reports, which...
No, I'm saying, there's no need. I'm just talking again about principles. There would be no need because it's simply what Israel's required to do under international law.
Our position on settlements is clear. I'll just leave it at that.
It's that equivalence that's confusing to some, because the demand for Israel is simply to abide by international law, and yet the demand on the Palestinians is to carry on with the negotiations even if Israel breaks international law.
Well, again, both parties should refrain from actions that will bring about a rise in tensions and that are not conducive to creating an atmosphere where fruit can bear from these talks.
Eddie Vasquez.